Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So for today's DIY, we will be making a The Row inspired satin bag. So this is my second DIY about bags, and for those of you who haven't watched my first video, I'll link it over here on top and also down below at the description box so that you can watch it after this video. So today's DIY is so simple, it's very easy to make. The only thing that's hard about it is the strap. I'd say it's hard because you have to make the knot over here to look as similar as possible to the other one. That's the only hard thing about this DIY. Now before we get started with the tutorial, for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe and also hit the notification bell down below so that you wouldn't miss any of my new videos, and let's get started. So to make the bag, you will need these measurements. Let's start off with the panel. You will need two pieces, one for the front and one for the back. To make its measurement, first you will need a rectangle that is 12 inches wide and 9 inches tall. To get the measurement over here at the top, this is 10.5 inches. From the 12 inch, minus 2 centimeters each on both sides over here, and it will roughly give you 10.5 inches. Over here, this is 1.5 inch. Also on this side, this is also 1.5 inch. For the strap of our bag, this is 2.5 inches wide and 55 inches long. And you will also need two pieces. For this one, this is 2 by 2 inches. This will be the loop for our ring for the handle of our bag. Now for our fabric, I am using Duchess Satin. This is what it looks like, shiny on the front and matte on the back. So as you can see, I already pinned it in place. We have two pieces of each. This is the exact same measurement with just 1/2 inch seam allowance all around. Also for the strap of our bag, this is also the same measurement of 2.5 inches and 55 inches long with seam allowance all around. For our lining, I am using this fabric. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's somewhat shiny, not as shiny as the satin as you can see, but it has a little bit of shine to it. And it is also very thin and scratchy, so I'm not really sure what it's called, but it is the same measurement as our main fabric. So the first thing we're going to do is to sew on the two pieces together. As you can see, I already pinned it in place. We're just going to sew on the sides over here and here, and the bottom part over here. We're not going to touch this one, and also the top. We're not going to touch these. Same thing with our lining. We're just going to sew on this part, here and here and here. We're also not going to touch this part over here. So this is what it looks like after we have sewn on the straight stitch. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up this part. So we're going to open it up like so, and then align it. For the seams, you're going to open it up as well. Open it flat. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to sew on a straight stitch. So for this one, this is our lining. And as you can see, I already did this part. This is what we're gonna do with our satin fabric. We're just going to sew on a straight stitch. And for our lining, as you can see over here, we made a hole. Here, we have a hole over here so that when we put the two pieces of fabric together, we can still flip it right side out. So this is what our bag looks like after we have sewed it. And I already ironed it flat. So you can see over here. So this is its shape. So the next thing we're gonna do is the loop for our handle. We are just going to hem two edges, this side and this side. The top and the bottom, we are going to leave it alone. So this is what it looks like after we have hemmed it. And this is the other one. Now over here, I have two rings. What we're gonna do is we're going to pass the loop inside the ring like so. Align it like that, and then we're going to clip it in place. What we're gonna do next is we're going to attach these two fabrics together. So as you can see, I put our satin fabric inside our lining like that. Right sides together. This is the right side of our satin and this is the right side of our lining. You're just going to align the two fabrics and then we're going to insert our zipper in between these two fabrics. So for our zipper, it should be facing down like this. We're just going to insert this in between these two fabrics, making sure it's aligned on this line. Now we're just going to pin it in place. So this is what it looks like after we have pinned it. By the way, when doing this, make sure that you unzip the zipper so that you can put the other zipper on the other side. Zipper teeth will be facing down and this should be aligned with the seam over here. So this is what it looks like after we have pinned it. Now we are going to take the two loops that we made earlier and then we're going to insert it on the sides over here and on this side over here. So our loops will be facing down like this and it will be inserted like this in between the two fabrics. So once you pinned everything in place, we are now going to sew a straight stitch all around the edge over here to secure everything in place. Then after that, we are going to flip it right side out from the hole over here. So this is what it looks like after we have sewed it together. And so now what we're gonna do is we're going to take out the fabric from the hole that we made earlier over here from our lining. So once you flipped it, your bag should look something like this. This is our lining and this is our main fabric. So it should look like this. What we're gonna do here is we're just going to sew this shut. This is the hole from our lining. We're just going to sew it and then after that we are going to move on with the strap of our bag. Next thing we're gonna do is our strap. Again, this is 2.5 inches wide and 55 inches long. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to sew on a straight stitch around the edges over here and then we're going to leave one end open so that we can flip it right side out. This is what our strap looks like after we have flipped it and ironed it flat. And as you can see over here, we have the hole where we flipped it right side out. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to sew on a blind stitch to sew it shut. Now for our strap, we are going to make a knot. First, we're going to put it inside this hole over here, and then just do a simple knot like that. And then this tip over here, you're going to fold it inside and then secure it in place. The end result should look something like this. So when securing it in place, you're just going to hand sew it shut. Once you're done with the straps, it should look something like this. And this is the other side. By the way, I cut off 7 inches from the strap because I think it was too long. For those of you who prefer a longer or a shorter strap, you can adjust it to your liking. Now that is it for the tutorial, guys. I think the bag looks so classy, so unique. I haven't seen a bag that looks like this before, and I think it makes the simple outfit look more put together. Imagine wearing a plain neutral dress or a white button down with jeans and putting on this bag. It makes you look so expensive, so elegant, so classy. It just elevates your look. So that is it for the tutorial, guys. I hope you learned a lot from this video, and I also hope that you will give this bag a try. You know, like try making it yourself because it's so easy to make. So that is it. I hope you like this video, and if you do, please hit like. Also, for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe, and also hit the notification bell down below so that you wouldn't miss any of my new videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!